Hey everybody, welcome to Offshoot Comments Off Topic. We're your host, Kerbykidd
and Black Superman,
also known as David Clark,
and Walter Bryant.
And yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a long minute.
In our defense, a pandemic happened, and we didn't want to do
it. And also, we have grown-up problems, you know.
Yeah, it's true. So, we're back. We're not going to promise it's going to be regular uploads, but we're going to try. We're gonna try. But so for our first video back in a long time, we want to talk about them folks over at DC. They have issues.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real for just a second. For some reason, they find people that people like, and then they decide, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to jerk them around and not do anything with them, and then make movies that suck using other people. Then we'll just start over again.
Yeah.
And do the exact same thing.
And look, I mean, I get, James Gunn, because, James Gunn's a cool guy. I get it. They want to start over. I understand that. It wasn't the actors that were the problem.
No.
It was not the... Well, I mean, Ezra Miller's a problem. But outside of Ezra Miller, it was not the actors that were the problem. Like, I think Gal Gadot is a great Wonder Woman.
Absolutely.
I think, what's his face? Henry Cavill, he's a great Superman.
Absolutely. Now, to be fair to James Gunn about Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman is immortal. So, after a while, there's only a certain amount of time that you can allow one actress to play Wonder Woman. Yeah. Eventually, and the same thing's going to happen with Thor. I mean, eventually you just have to.
He could become Rune King Thor, who looks old anyway.
That's true.
All he has to do is just get a bigger beard.
But you're also going to have a time skip of about 10,000 years.
Future Thor, it's fine.
But yeah, when it boils down to it, like Gal Gadot, she's not immortal. She's still hot. She's still pretty.
Yeah.
But you can look at her face and you can tell she has aged 10 years. Yeah. So she could only be Wonder Woman for a couple more movies anyway.
Or if they ever do like Kingdom Come or something,
Fair.
But yeah, so like the actors weren't the problem. It was the people doing the writing. So it kind of sucks because I think Aquaman kind of got the axe too, right?
Yeah, Aquaman. But okay, now he's possibly going to be Lobo. So which is much.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I think he's definitely Lobo. He's not.
He was always Lobo. Yeah. I don't know what that was about.
That was a little weird, but yeah, he does definitely be Lobo. I think Batfleck is gone. Basically, he's going to be he's stepping aside, which is okay. I'm okay with that. I believe Patterson is staying because his universe is separate.
Yeah, he's not going to actually join the rest of.
Same with Joker. Mm-hmm. I believe he's Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is separate, which is fine. But it just sucks that everyone else is getting the axe.
Not everyone. Zachary Levi is still going to be Shazam apparently.
Oh, okay.
And then the Suicide Squad.
Amanda Waller staying, I'm assuming.
Amanda Waller staying. John Cena staying. They haven't really said anything about anybody else. I'm assuming we're going to keep Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Peacemaker's staying for sure. Harley Quinn is staying for sure because she is still very much attractive. So
yeah, but I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to say you're going to reboot everything, then reboot everything. If you're not going to reboot everything, then keep Henry Cavill. I mean, just really.
I think Warner Bros. Just hates Henry Cavill.
It seems that way.
I mean, they feel about him the way I feel about Superman.
Well,
hatred.
But do you know why? But okay, so I've thought about this, and I think I understand why. Henry Cavill apparently is like a huge fanboy.
Yeah, he's actually a fan. Yeah.
He's an actual fan.
He's gonna
of Superman and The Witcher.
And Warhammer. He's going to be the God King Emperor now.
Yeah, so he's an actual fan of these things. So he has an actual idea as to how these things are supposed to work. He didn't like the Superman he was playing. He's been very vocal about that.
Because it was a bad Superman.
It was that the guy in that movie is not Superman.
Like, I still have a huge issue with BVS, or sorry, with Dawn of Justice, or whatever. When Superman comes back from the dead, right? Mm-hmm. He's not mind controlled. He's just back from the dead, and he immediately goes to attack Batman, as if he forgot they were homies before he died. And he didn't forget what had happened. He was talking. He was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
He just chose to be mad.
Yeah.
And he didn't kill you. You and your dumb choice to not give Wonder Woman the spear killed you. So like, why was he angry like that? What was that about?
Bad writing.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, the Snyderverse was badly written.
Guys, if any of you guys are Snyderverse fans, I'm sorry. He's not good.
He's a great cinematographer.
He makes things look really great.
They are amazing.
If they paired him with a writer, he'd be great. But it's not good.
No.
It's not good. Maybe one day, because I know he released his plans for what he would have done for a sequel. Maybe we can talk about it. But anybody who has Darkseid losing to an arrow in his chest, and then forgetting where Earth is. When I use Google Maps to go somewhere, I can just tap the map where I am and save location. You're telling me that Darkseid can't do that?
But not only did he forget where Earth was, then when Steppenwolf came back, he didn't remember that that's where the anti-life equation was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, you would think he would have gone, oh, that's that planet.
And then they're like, oh, there's no Kryptonians, no lanterns. Bruh, after you killed the first lantern, there was also no lanterns. There was also no Kryptonians for thousands of years. What was the holdup?
He didn't remember where it was.
I hate the Snyderverse.
Except for the fact that apparently they had enough intel on the planet to know that the lanterns and Superman were no longer there.
Correct, but they didn't know where it was. The more you think about the Snyderverse, the less it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes almost as much sense as those random Icelandic women who were singing about Aquaman for some reason.
Oh, have you ever seen the video on YouTube where they tell you what they're saying? There's a video where they translated the song.
What are they saying?
It is so random. It's about a guy who not even a guy who's going to come from the sea to save them. It's just about some guy who does something and women are singing for him. It's really just a random song.
But they never explained why they chose to sing that song.
But see, at least if you translated it and it was about a man from the sea who would come to save the people of this land, you would go, oh, there he is. But it's just a random song.
He wasn't even saving them. He was just there to drink their booze and then leave.
But he left cool, though.
I mean, yeah. He did look pretty cool.
That's it.
He did look pretty cool. He's going to be a great Lobo.
He will. He will be the absolute
all he had to do
Lobo.
is make his skin pale, and then boom.
Yeah, no, he was Lobo underwater when he played Aquaman. That's
underwater Lobo, King Lobo. But yeah, it's just I get they need to reboot, but I just feel bad for the actors. I mean, and like The Rock's not coming back, right?
No. Well, okay, so he hasn't said he's not coming back. He said that Phase 1 does not include Black Adam.
Right. They'd be hard if they ever since they're keeping Shazam, they will have to do Black Adam eventually. It will be very difficult to do Black Adam if you're not bringing The Rock, because now to the public, The Rock is Black Adam. You
would think so, especially considering that they didn't care about Black Adam until it was attached to The Rock.
Right.
I mean, and let's be real. If you weren't a comic fan, you didn't know who Black Adam was.
No.
You might have known who Shazam was.
Yeah.
You had no idea who Black Adam was.
I like Black Adam and Shazam for one reason only. For when they grab a hold of Superman, face the sky, and say Shazam, and it really hurts him. That's the best part of their entire characters. It just bypasses it. Oh, I have super strength. Oh, good luck. Good luck, buddy.
Superman always wins those fights, though.
No, see, that's because the writer's like, oh, I can't have him lose. Magic is weakness, Walter, all right? He should be losing to that. He should be losing.
I mean, to be fair to, most everybody's weakness is magic.
Not Batman.
Yeah.
Batman has no weaknesses.
Especially Batman.
Nope.
All right, so, okay, now, this is going to be a little bit off topic, but I was thinking about, because I was having a conversation with somebody online about Batman versus Superman, and they were like, okay, so Batman and Superman get ready to fight each other, 1 week prep time, who wins? And dude was like, well, obviously Batman. And I was like, you know what? I will give you Batman might win that fight, whatever. Except for, here's the problem I have with that. Everyone always says, with prep time, Batman wins, as if Superman didn't also have the same prep time. Now, if you were going to tell me, okay, well, Batman's going to come in with kryptonite weapons, then Superman comes in with a lead suit. I'm really missing.
Here's the thing, Walter. Superman gets 1 week prep time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Batman prepped since Superman first put on a cape.
And Superman has been prepping for Batman since Tower of Babel because he suddenly realized
Batman has too much of a lead time on him. It's not happening, Walter. It's not happening.
And Batman is smarter.
Yes.
But Superman can process faster.
Yeah, but
as has been shown with Barry and Superman having
there's so much of a lead. Batman has shown he is willing to become Etrigan. He is willing to call in Mxyzptlk and Trigon. He's got some lantern rings stored up. Walter, this man's coming for war. He's been ready. He has a full profile on how Superman thinks.
Mm-hmm. But
a week ain't going to be able to close that gap of years.
And so here's how I picture that.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever. 9 times out of 10, Bruce's plan for Superman is Superman don't want to kill me, so I'll kill him first. In a fight to the death where they know it's a fight to the death, where Superman is showing up specifically to kill Batman, that's not going to be a thing.
Here's my counter.
He's Batman.
I mean, that's the obvious, yes, but Dark Knight's Metal showed us that when Bruce stops caring, there is a lot of ways he can eliminate his whole universe. And all of them, he's taken out Superman. He became Doomsday in one of them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, he was a woman in Aquaman for some reason. That somehow let him beat Superman, I guess, whatever. Or the best one, Dawnbreaker Batman, where he just killed everybody. Walter, he's got ways that he's already done in some form or fashion that he knows about that can eliminate Superman.
And Superman has eliminated Batman.
Never. That's never happened.
Well, actually, quite a few times.
Not even once.
Quite a few times.
Not even once. If it's happened, let us know in the comments, and then I'll know who to block from the channel. But anyways,
but back to the problems with the Snyderverse.
But they do need to get rid of that. So I'm curious on how they're gonna go forward, because one of their big problems has been they don't stick to a plan. Like, they try and do a change, and then by the next movie, it seems that they've already backtracked and changed their plan again.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. That was my biggest actual problem with the Snyderverse. The Snyderverse was poorly written. However, it was laid out to make sequels. So you already started. You've done 2 movies. You've done 3 movies. Just go ahead and do it. I mean, they were making money. They weren't making the money that DC thought that they would make, but they were making money. So if you're going to lay out this plan, go ahead and do this plan. Because when you got the Justice League, and Snyder had laid out all these beats for things that were supposed to happen when you got the Justice League, and then they did that first Justice League movie, and they didn't pay any of it off. I mean, it was horrible. It was poorly planned.
And also, why would you bring back Cavill to be in the after credit scene for Black Adam if you knew? And Walter, you know good and well they knew at that point they were going to replace him. Why would you? Because you knew that everyone was going to come see the movie because he was in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you use him for that, and then you fire him a few weeks later.
Okay, so I think I have an answer for that.
Mm-hmm.
If Black Adam had made upwards of $600 million, Cavill would still be Superman. They put him in with the expectation that Black Adam makes a certain amount of money,
right?
And then you go ahead and continue on. Black Adam made $300 million after $195 million.
Let's check. Let's see what they're currently at right now. Let's see. Black Adam.
It's like $398 million or something like that. I just read it recently.
Okay, I'm spelling all this wrong. This is all horribly wrong. I'm spelling it, but it is what it is. Okay, $391.3 million. So I mean, that's not.
Okay, well, it's a $195 million budget.
Which, so when you factor in advertising,
yeah,
but here's the thing though about that. That's not all The Rock's fault. That's not all Henry Cavill's fault. That's because the brand for DC has been so watered down, diluted by bad choices that no one is excited for the films.
Mm-hmm.
That's not their fault. And so it came out first, and then like the week after was Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
It
was poorly played.
It was another superhero movie with the word black in it, and one of them was really expected. The other one, people are like, I don't know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, realistically speaking, that again, what I said before still sticks. Black Adam, nobody but fans of Black Adam knew what Black Adam was. There's like 6 of those. I mean, honestly, Black Adam is a great supervillain or whatever, but Black Adam is in Shazam for a reason. He's not a main character. Now, you can make him a main character. He's got enough backstory to make a main character, absolutely. And this movie proved it. But without knowing who he was, without having him show up in a couple of other movies before you did this, nobody cared.
No one cared, yeah. And which sucks because I thought it was a good movie. Like, it's not like, obviously, it's not the best.
No.
But it was fun. I like the whole, catchphrase then kill. I thought that was pretty cool, So I was happy with it compared to DC's other past works,
Yeah, but I mean, I think honestly, you would have been better off to have The Rock do some vignettes on YouTube as Black Adam. Have maybe him coming out of the crypt on YouTube. Well,
I know they did some stuff, but it was all things that were aimed towards DC hardcore fans. What they need to do was they need to have had him show up at the end of Shazam. That's what should have happened.
They wanted him to show up at the end of Shazam. He said no.
That sounds like The Rock's ego might have gotten in the way then.
Mm-hmm. So, but again, that's what I'm saying. Like, he should have shown up at the end of Suicide Squad.
What was his reasoning for not wanting to...
He said, and I quote, "I'm here to play in the big leagues."
Yeah, we're trying to get you into the big leagues.
Yeah, so he wanted Superman, and only Superman. He didn't want Shazam. Even though his character is actually a Shazam villain.
Right.
He wanted Superman.
Like, Walter, what would have been really cool is if maybe at the end of Justice League, right, we have an after credit scene where Waller sees that Superman is back active, and then maybe she goes back to her, back to the lair or whatever, goes, okay, it's time to reactivate, the anti-cape protocol or whatever, and you just go back there and opens a button and you see like a prison thing and you see The Rock in there. Like
the underwater one. The underwater
one. Yeah. Where like it's like, okay, it's time time to activate Black Adam. Something like that. Would have been really cool. And it would have been attached to Superman. Something like that. Introduce him so that people know who he is. But it just coming into a movie cold.
Yeah, like that first Suicide Squad
that's
movie.
DC's problem. They kept trying to do things cold with no lead up. Everybody in Marvel had a lead up. You start with Iron Man, and you end it with Nick Fury, and you start at every end scene, introduce somebody else.
And Marvel also had one other thing going for them at that particular point in time. They were the only people doing it. So you didn't have Kick-Ass and Superman and Wonder Woman and Captain America all happening at the exact same time.
Right.
You had Iron Man
and Hulk.
Hulk was first, actually. So you had Hulk. And then the next summer you had Iron Man. And then a couple of months later you had Captain America, but that was the only thing out there.
Right.
You weren't going up against anything else. So when those movies hit, instead of having, $200 million worth of Black Adam happen and then Black Panther came out and now no one gives a crap.
Right.
You had Iron Man was in the theaters for 6 months with no competition. So people had a chance to actually get to know what Iron Man was and then go, this is pretty cool. Let's go see it.
Yeah.
This is not what's happening now. There's too much superhero stuff out there. So if you don't have people who know what this is, you have to introduce it somewhere else. You have to, because no one gave a crap about Thanos until he showed up on the Avengers. The only ones who cared were us. Right. The people who knew who Thanos was. But by the time they got ready to do Endgame,
he'd been built up enough.
Yeah,
there's another way that they could have brought in Black Adam. At the end of League, or maybe at the end of Shazam flies and meets up with Superman, and he goes, "Hey, I need your help. I'm a child. I'm new at this. I have a problem." And he's like, "Well, what's your problem?" It's a guy named Black Adam. Something they could have There's so many options, Walter. They chose nothing. They chose to ruin it.
Yeah, I mean, even at the end of Justice League, where they were like, we need a league of our own. They gave you the idea that something was going to happen. Something was coming that was going to be worth taking on the Justice League. You got nothing because, I mean, they ended it there. But at least you had an idea that there was something coming. Black Adam, nothing.
Maybe The Rock can be somebody in Marvel. Maybe he could be like a light-skinned Adam Brashear. A light-skinned Blue Marvel.
Blue Marvel, yeah.
Yeah, you know. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I know not everyone knows who that is.
And again, that's the thing. But again, like the chick who they introduced at the end of this last Doctor Strange movie. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, people don't know who she is.
Right. But they're intrigued enough.
Yeah, because it happened after something that they cared about.
Right.
And Doctor Strange, how did he get introduced? In a Thor movie.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't just come in cold with Doctor Strange for people who didn't know who he was. We showed him. We gave people an idea that he was important. And then...
Earth has withers now.
Yeah.
Earth has withers now. Yeah, there's... Poor DC. But I'm hoping that this is their way of breaking a bunch of eggs to make an omelet. You know, they're going to just pull off the Band-Aid, start fresh. It just sucks that they had to
I think
waste a bunch of good actors to do it, you know?
If you just tell the fans, instead of doing something like get everybody excited about Cavill and then kick him out, if you just go, look, Zack Snyder left us a mess. We can't fix his mess. We have to start from scratch.
His fans are crazy.
That is absolutely true. But, I mean, that's what it boils down to, though. Because that's really the decision James Gunn made. But then he punked out and didn't just say it to people. Yeah. But he was like, Zack Snyder left us a mess. We can't fix his mess. We've tried. Every time we try to fix his mess, it just makes a bigger mess. Yeah. We have to start from scratch. So we're getting rid of all of this. We're going to bring in a younger Superman and we're going to start over. Yeah. And if you just do that, eventually...
knows? Maybe Batman and Superman might be friends this time. Who knows?
You know, you mean the world's finest?
Yeah,
maybe they'll like each other this time.
Maybe they'll have it this time. Maybe they'll do that before them fighting. Look, I enjoy seeing Superman get beat up, like anyone else does. But there was no need for them to start off fighting. It doesn't even mean anything if they're not friends first. Like that's the whole thing about them fighting is that they were friends and now they're not. I mean, look at Civil War. They pulled it off, right? You know.
But here's the thing, though. Martha. Okay, so I know that some of you people who are listening right now really think that was a brilliant movie beat. It wasn't. It was horrible.
It was really not. Because he wouldn't have reacted that way because his mother's already dead. So he knows you're talking about another Martha. Also, there's no way he wouldn't have already figured out who Superman was and his parents. There's just no way.
There's so many things that are wrong there. Okay, Bruce Wayne is a billionaire. When Clark Kent first met him, either he's the most horrible reporter on the planet, or he should have known immediately who he was talking to. Mm-hmm. But he didn't. Batman should have known from the moment that Clark Kent put on that costume that he was Superman, that he was from another planet, and he was that dude who destroyed that truck in Man of Steel. Right. He should have known all of that. There's no way Lex Luthor's the guy who tells him any of this.
I mean, they have the perfect blueprint. Also, they could have just done what the animation did.
Yeah.
Justice League Doom, when they all come together to fight Darkseid, that's fine. And it would have been really funny to see Hal go, I'll handle him, and then Superman just...
And you got a little bit of a Batman versus Superman fight. Yeah. I mean, if that's one thing that you really needed to do. But Zack Snyder, whom you people love and adore, actually said Batman versus Superman is the thing you do when you have nothing else you can do.
It's bad.
So he started out there.
And it just... Because, like, in Justice League Doom, that fight went the way a first fight between them would have gone.
Yeah.
It didn't end by throwing hands. It ended by the fact that Batman's like, you won't hurt me, will you, Clark? And he's like, yo, that's okay. Zoom, look at your face. All right, Mr. Wayne. You know?
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, that Superman knew who Bruce Wayne was.
Yeah, I don't understand. That's like being in this world and like, all right, I need to go interview Elon Musk. Who's that?
Yeah.
Who's Jeff Bezos? There's no way you live in that world and you're across the street from Gotham, which they are, across the street from Gotham, and you don't know who Bruce Wayne is. That's just not... It's not a thing. Especially if you're in the business of news.
Now, I understand Hal not knowing.
Hal's stupid.
Yeah, I doubt very seriously Hal reads any kind of news whatsoever.
I have a great... He's the only Lantern I don't like. I used to hate him and Guy Gardner. I've grown to like Guy Gardner.
Guy's funny.
He's funny, and he's stupid, but like he's good-natured stupid. Hal is destroy the entire core and given to hatred and fear immediately stupid.
Twice.
Yeah.
He's done it twice.
Yeah, he has. He's not a good guy. By the way, if anyone happens to have the Parallax McFarlane figure, please let me know. I've been trying to find that. Please.
I saw that somewhere.
Oh, thanks for not telling me. I appreciate that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have it.
I feel better now. But yeah, so they have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. We're gonna do another video of kind of what we would do to fix DC. So tune back in. We're gonna film that one right after we film this one, so it will actually come out relatively soon after this one. So look at us being consistent.
Yeah, it's beautiful. There's gonna be a good, nice energy going here because we got a good little flow going.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep it going. But until next time, guys, we've been your host, Kerbykidd
and Black Superman.
We'll see you later, guys.